Mayweather is really opposed to the bout. Occurring, he has issued a warning Anthony M. not to proceed with his scheduled opponent, Daniel Dubois, although several individuals believe Joshua is in a better position. Mayweather, a very perceptive person, thinks Joshua might be knocked out by Dubois. Throughout the altercation, considers that if Joshua battles against this counsel, Dubois may encounter grave concerns. Mayweather is having issues in the ring, worried that Joshua would wind up being struck unconscious and may possibly have to recently quit boxing early. Dubois said he thinks the moment is right for him to terminate Anthony Joshua's tenure as the best heavyweight in Britain. He's certain that when they convene in London on September 21st, he will triumph. 34-year-old and assume control of the highlight. Dubois is saying more than this for display, and you can sense it because he works out diligently every day to ensure he's prepared for the task at hand. Is the reason Mayweather just wants to fight will be postponed despite Joshua's been active in the game for a while. Mayweather is aware that background doesn't always provide the whole message when necessary. Conflict is inevitable as that bell rings. About who's more skilled in tactics, Mayweather thinks that his years in the ring may not be as helpful as, despite what many believe Mayweather has discovered in Dubois is unique. He observes that Dubois has two brains, and the tenacity required to prevail in Dubois has a manner of reasoning and fighting that might cause Joshua a lot of issues, and Mayweather is aware of it. In fact, he thinks these attributes in Dubois may be sufficient to cause Joshua to shatter not only things, but Mayweather is also aware of Dubois enters this battle with a great deal of momentum. In August 2023 saw Dub defeat Oleksandr Usyk, the victor, who is the WBA, IBF, and WBE, IBO, and the Fights Ring Championships. Usyk was struck down by Dubois, but the referee described it as a low strike that had a lot of dispute. A lot of individuals think that Dubois ought to have received further credit for that particular instance, notwithstanding. The referee's call was contested, but it stood, demonstrated Dubois' authority and ability to compete with elite fighters like. According to Usyk Mayweather, this indicates that Dubois is riskier than most people realize, and therefore Joshua need to use caution even. Despite Dubois' defeat to Usyk that evening, he swiftly recovered with some striking triumphs that he eliminated Filip Hrgovic and Gerald Miller, which enabled him to take over as temporary IBF champion for the two. This was significant, as it demonstrated his readiness to compete at the highest level possible. Joshua's warning makes sense when you think about the past they have experienced. For a considerable amount of time and even together, they practiced and sparred when they had the opportunity, and that's why this tight link. Mayweather is very worried about Joshua's upcoming battle. In spite of their relationship, Mayweather is obviously concerned. Regarding the fight's result, he is aware that Dubois has shown remarkable aptitude and force. I've been aware of Joshua recently. Ability too, but I am also aware of Dubois bringing to the table Joshua's strong career, and I hope he keeps doing that. Nevertheless, the most effective method for him to achieve that it's about avoiding a battle with Dubois, being astute and making the appropriate struggles to continue advancing on. September 21st, Joshua aims to become a 3-time world champion heavyweight. He is going to battle Dubois for the IBF. This important game is expected to take location at Wembley Stadium, the scene of a record. A gathering of 96,000 persons is anticipated to observe. Joshua is risking a lot for. If he wins in this fight, he will adding yet another global championship to his resume, demonstrating that he remains among the greatest heavyweight fighters worldwide. The fight has significance not only for Joshua's profession, but also for the enormous amount of supporters who will swarm the arena. Yet there, horrible news for former supermodel Joshua. Carl Froch, the world middleweight champion, has been among the harshest opponents of Joshua. In recent years, their relationship has deteriorated since they used to train with Froch, who is additionally called the Cobra. Believes that Joshua's experience may be crucial for the impending battle. He feels that Joshua's background might be useful to him in the showdown, but he cautions as well, Joshua may lose it and it could destroy his. It's evident from boxing career records that I believe that this fight is vital for Joshua. After entering with him, Dubois places it on him. If he persists and has faith in himself, you may see AG in some situations issues for stating on Stephen Henry's questions. Carl Froch said earlier this year that he had set aside his differences with Joshua. Joshua made his Wembley debut. Stadium was the occasion when Froch competed in their rematch against George Groves. Way back in 2014, even if they said their feud was Joshua's, critique by Froch has not ceased despite Froch's claim that he had progressed. It seems he is unable to stop criticizing Joshua's background. arguments seem to still have an impact on Froch's views of Joshua's career, the criticism is still surfacing, indicating that most problems are difficult to completely address. People will crumple if they go up against Du, and I believe that this is Dub's chance to shine, or this is his chance to experience harsh way, but he'll be compensated well. It's a significant moment that he has chance, but I believe if he defeats AJ, there is no more AJ, and a lot of people are currently supporting Dubois in this game. Even a few supporters who previously Joshua is beginning to change their support for Dubois from a renowned individual who has altered his tone is Joe Joyce. At first, Joyce was excited about the conflict and seemed to back Joshua, although he now feels differently about whenever someone inquires about the winner. Joyce was first cautious in his remarks. He seems concerned that altering his forecast might prompt individuals to doubt his assessment in spite of his early enthusiasm for the game. Evident that Joyce's opinions have changed as the conflict methods, I believe that will be beneficial. Battle. I'll make an effort to be present or watch it to find out who will be the victor. It's a nice conflict, which I like. The build-up to Dubois' appearance of his shell and Joshua retaliated by biting. That level of hostility is fascinating. Yes, I'm eager to watch it. Joe Joyce prior DUI victories for the British, European and Commonwealth heavyweight titles in that match in 2020. Joyce, resulting in such severe harm to the eye of Dubois that Dubois needed to take a bowing down in light of Joyce's experience. With the two fighters, he's doing well, able to make an educated decision. Forecast first of all, Joyce leaned in for Joshua's victory, but his perspective has subsequently changed. Joyce has greater inclined to back this game. I was edging with Joshua at first, but I don't recognize Dubois' onset when someone, such as Joe Joyce, modifies his views about a fighter. That significant Dubois possesses a significant likelihood now implies Dubois needs to be demonstrating some remarkable abilities or improvements, as Joyce isn't the only one who has seen that other specialists and enthusiasts are beginning to notice that Dubois has an exceptional item. So if Joyce and others Dubois amaze individuals with experience, it is undoubtedly important to pay attention. Could Joshua choose not to pay attention to Mayweather's advice that he can still proceed with the game because it's Joshua who is about to take over as not Mayweather, but rather the ring? Mayweather believes that the match might be too hard, but Joshua has the last word. Should Joshua decide to continue competing, Dubois must be well prepared. Dubois is a powerful and proficient combatant, and he not be a simple opponent. Joshua needs to ensure that he has diligently trained and is completely ready for the task at hand. Thus, please share your opinions on this. Tell me in the comments section below.